Hi, it's Charisma with Charisma's Corner, and today we're in the Pink Barnanza Club again. And I'm so excited for this quilt. This is actually one of my favorite quilts in this Pink Barnanza. As soon as I designed it, I was like, oh, it looks like a windy day. And one of my favorite things about designing is creating different elements. And whenever I can create motion within the design, I just love that. It makes all of the feels. And usually it's because of this block right here. This is one of my favorite blocks. You'll see me use that block a lot. And it is because it just gives everything motion. And this is really the same block, just with different colors. And so it's just the variations. And I mean, really all of them are, they're all half square triangles. And then I put these little crosses in the center of them to just kind of give it a little bit more. So this month we are going to be making 4 blocks to complete this quilt. It's actually a pretty large quilt, so if you wanted to break it down and just do smaller blocks, eliminate some rows, you could totally do that. But when I was designing it, this was just the size that I liked, and we went forward, and I auditioned several different colors, but I went with this, you know, sort of bright colored pink and dark and light blues and a little bit of aqua, but it would totally look good with scraps or patriotic or Civil War colors, anything that your heart desires, really. I think some low volumes with some bright colored, any of them work. Really, that's what I love about designing. There is no end to the creativity. So let's go ahead and get started with block 1. This is a whole lot of half square triangles. So we will go ahead and get started. We have lots to get through, but at the end, you're gonna feel very confident in the half square triangle and stitch and flip blocks. So the first block that we're going to start with is in fact this little one right here, this little kind of pinwheel. And the only thing with this quilt this block that we have really are half square triangles. And so I have one set to do, but I'm just going to go ahead and lay this out so that we can get it all sort of straightened out how it should be. I always have to do this, especially when it's one of these blocks, because I can get confused so easily. And you know, that's why we have design boards, design walls, and we have to kind of lay this out. So I have my half square triangle here. I already drew my squares here, sorry, to make our half square triangles. And so I have my line drawn. I'm going to sew on either side of that line, and then we will cut on the straight line that we've sewn. And again, with my half square triangles, I just use the regular math that we need for half square triangles. So if you want to cut them bigger and then trim them down, by all means. If you have a special tool that you like to use to make half square triangles, go ahead and use them. I just like to do them the traditional way and to let the chips fall where they may. Okay, and now we have our block here. Okay, and now we can just sew all of those together, and that's our first block. And the good news is that these are the smallest blocks that we are having to work on. All of the rest of the pieces, well, I should say all the rest of the half square triangles are bigger than these ones. So I pressed the middle ones out, and then I pressed those ones in. In this case, the darkest and the lightest are the first and then the middle. So there was going to be no way to get those to nestle by just pressing to the dark. So I just made a choice. If you feel comfortable pressing open, then press open. I just like the seams to nestle when I can. Okay, and here's our block. Yay! Okay, so now we'll go on to block 2, which is this one right here. And again, it's actually the same exact block, it's just a different color story. So I have all of the blocks laid out here. And then these are marked already with the line. So we're again just going to do half square triangles. So we'll start going on those. So we need a dark pink with a navy blue, and we need the medium blue with the navy blue. Then we have that aqua blue center. I swear it takes more time to cut everything out than it does to sew them. Okay, so now we're just going to go ahead and cut on that line. Okay, and now we just need to lay them out. Okay, and there is our next plot. Ooh, let me shut that. Okay, and now again, we can just sew our 3 rows together, and then we're well on our way to being halfway done because this is block number 2. I would love to know in our group what kind of projects you guys want to see, what sizes of projects. Do you want some more fun like pillow type stuff, pot holders, kitchen things? What kind of items do you like to sew the most? Look at that, we have a finished block, yay! It's always cause for celebration when we have a finished block, like reward yourself with a piece of chocolate or something. Okay, and we're saving the most tedious one for last, maybe. So we're gonna go ahead and go to this little plus sign that's kind of swaying in the wind. So we have our 4 squares, our 2 sashes, and then we have 4 little squares, and then our cross, and these are all stitch and flip. So you do have to pay attention to the orientation of how you place your stitch and flip. I didn't have any more white marking pen, so mine have a pencil. You can't really see it, but I have marked all of these. So make sure that you mark them. And then we're going to go ahead and place that on, and when you have it placed on, you can check this really quick by just folding this over, because after we stitch this, we're going to cut this edge off, and you just want to make sure that you have this going in the right direction. And that is in fact in the right direction. Okay, so I'm just going to go ahead and do that one. It's always like when you're doing it yourself, you can feel pretty confident. But then when you're teaching somebody how to do it, you don't want to mess up on camera, right? So I'm just going to go ahead and cut that. We'll press it open, and then when that is pressed open, I'm going to lay the other one on to make sure that it's going in the right direction, which should be this one. Yes, okay. So just do the little test ahead of time to make sure, because that's just super frustrating. And I've been there, done that. Okay. And now with our small ones that go on the side, they are actually both the same. And you can sew those at the same angle. And now we can go ahead and trim these so we can flip them. Okay, and here we go. Put that one there. That one there. We have our squares that are sewn to either side of those ones, and then that's how this block is sewn together. So let's start the process. Now that wasn't hard, was it? Okay, now we have one more, and it's the one with the most triangles. But again, only half square triangles, so it goes together pretty easily. And there's 3 different colors of half square triangles. So we have the navy paired with the light blue and white and the pink color. It makes sort of like a pinwheel in the center. So again, I've already marked all of the lines. We're just going to sew on either side of both sides of the marked line and make our half square triangles. And here it is. I think we finally got it here. Woo! And see that 16-inch grid? It is the same size as this one, but way more pieces, right? So we're going to go ahead and sew these in pairs to keep them together. And if you want to pin in between the blocks, you can do that. Okay, and here are the 4 blocks that you need for this quilt. We've gone through all of them. And it has not been a windy day today, so we were able to burn and do some things on our property. And I hope that you will show me these projects. I hope that you enjoy this project. I just love the way that it turned out. And even the quilting design that I used a computerized edge to edge, and it was also called a wind, which is just a bunch of different size swirls. And it was perfect for this quilt design. So I am so thankful that you joined me in the Pink Barnanza today. I hope you learned something. If not, I hope you are very refined on your half square triangles and that you had a great time. And thanks for joining. Bye.